Hey everyone, Luke here, hope you're doing well. So this is the second part of the video where I wanted to go over a simple hair test. This is my own, and then I wanted to show you guys what I look for in a hair test, and just to give you guys some basic supplement recommendations depending upon the hair test. Okay, so let's go look at the basic recommendations. Okay, so this is besides things like doing the diet, eating plenty of vegetables, going to bed early. You know, we like coffee enemas for everyone. Drinking plenty of high quality spring water, etc., etc. This is just strictly a video on the hair test and basic supplement recommendations and what I look for. Okay, so the first part of the video, which is really mentioning to you guys that the most important way to use this test is as a guide to move forward with your health and to not focus too much on the patterns themselves. Okay, the test is mostly just used as a way to gauge how you can move forward with your health, especially with the supplements. Okay. That's mostly what it's used for. And to even know what supplements you need, it's really only a few things on the hair test, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so this is the basic program. Dr. Wilson also has a link. I will put a link down below to Dr. Wilson's basic program. Okay, so it's just kelp 222. So this means 2 kelp capsules and breakfast, morning, and night. That's what the 222 means. It means 2 with each 3 meals. So if there's 3 meals, you're taking 2 kelp with each. My favorite kelp brands are Nature's Way and Endomit. Okay, TMG at 222. This is 1,000 milligrams 3 times a day. And then 101 for women, so that means 500 milligrams in the morning and night for women of TMG. And most TMG brands are fine. Okay, GB3, digestive enzyme, 1 per meal. You can take up to 3, especially if you're constipated. Paramin at 111. Although we give more paramin for 4 lows, and you can also take up to 3 at night. Okay, but in general, 1 per meal. Okay, 5,000 units of vitamin D3 a day, 1,000 milligrams of fish oil a day, not cod liver oil, anything like that, just the straight fish oil. And you can also eat 3 to 4 cans of sardines a week to replace all your fish oil and vitamin D3. Okay, so if you eat 3 to 4 cans of sardines a week, you don't need to consume any fish oil or vitamin D3. Okay. Also, what's good is 25 milligrams of zinc a day, and then 1 megapan in the morning. Okay, megapan is it's just a multivitamin that we use from a company called Endomit, and it's mostly for slow oxidizers. But even if you are in fast oxidation, you don't have a hair test, you know, taking 1 in the morning is generally okay. So this is just the basic one if you don't have any hair test. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about if you have a hair test but you're not working with a practitioner. Keep in mind, this is not a substitute for working with a practitioner. I highly recommend that you work with a practitioner, such as myself or Lewis, because the dosages will be more exact, and we are there to coach you through healing. Okay? Very, very important. But this is also a good resource. Okay? So let's talk about the hair test. So we're going to the hair test. Okay? First thing I would look for is if there's 4 lows. So 4 lows is occurring anytime these 4 bars, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, are below their ideal levels or not. All 4 have to be below their ideal levels. Okay, so on this we can see that calcium is not, and magnesium is borderline. Okay, so this is not a 4 lows program that this person needs, myself. Okay, or if I was doing this for a person. Okay, so this is slow oxidation. If it was 4 lows, if calcium was down here and magnesium was down here, okay, if all 4 of these were below their ideals right here, that would be 4 lows. And all we would do, for the most part, is we would increase the paramin. Instead, for 4 lows, okay, 4 lows, paramin would be 223 in general. Okay, sometimes we do like 233 or something like that. If you're in between 4 lows and slow oxidation, we can do a hybrid pattern, where it might be like 222 or like 122, and of course for children it's going to be different stuff, but this is for an adult. Okay, and everything else would be the same. Okay, we would also probably give taurine, but this is not as important as some other things. We might give taurine at 111. This is the Endomit taurine dosage, and then we might give lysine at like 101. Okay, and then also for 4 lows we like a little bit of tarragon added. I'm not spelling tarragon right, huh? It's like tarragon added to each meal. Okay, so that would be the only change for a 4 lows program, right? So everything else here would be the same. Okay, except there would be no megapan. Okay, so there'd be no megapan. Okay, because megapan is what we use for slow oxidizers. Okay, so it'd be pyramid 223, taurine 111. Lysine not as important. The most important thing for the 4 lows would be adding the pyramid at 223. Okay, but you don't want the megapan, and then you add some of these other things as well. Okay, so that'd be the only difference. Okay, then let's go back to the test. Then we look at the NAK ratio. Okay, so I'll just go over now that I went over what we would do with pyramid. Let's talk about the sodium to potassium ratio. Okay, so this is 2.33. Anytime it's below 2.5, we give limcomin. If it's above 2.5, we give zinc. Okay, so this is 2.33. So in this case, we would give limcomin at 111. Okay, so let's delete what we said for 4 lows. 4 lows is present. Most important by far is adding pyramid around 223. You could even do like 233, but in general, that's what it's going to be. Okay, taurine 111, lysine 10, tarragon each meal, no megapan. And remember, in the basic thing without a test, we recommended 1 megapan in the morning. But if you know you're in 4 lows, don't take a megapan. Okay. Okay. So limcomin at 111 is what we do for this hair test. Okay. If it was lower, if the NAK was let's say it was 1.5 instead of 2.3. Okay. Let's say it was 1.5. We would do something like limcomin at 1:2 maybe. Okay. If the NAK ratio was at let's say it was all the way down at 1. Okay, then we probably do limcomin at like 2:2. Okay. For this test, because it's only 2.33, we would do limcomin at like 1:1. Okay, and like I said, these are general recommendations. Okay. Now let's say the NAK ratio was above 2.5. Okay, let's say it was just 2.6, barely above 2.5. Okay, so it was just like 2.6. I would do something like zinc at 1:1. Okay, let's say with 3, the sodium to potassium ratio was 3. I would do something like zinc at 1:12. Okay, if it was way up at 7, let's say you had a 7 sodium potassium ratio, I would do it higher. I would probably do like 2:22 or even 2:23. Okay, and it never goes higher than like 2:33. Okay, I'd probably never go higher than 2:23 for zinc. Okay. And in general, the highest we go is 2:22. Okay, so if you were watching this, I would not recommend. So let's say your sodium potassium ratio is at a 10, just go to 2:22 for your zinc. Okay, because this is just a kind of broad video for general recommendations. If you're not working with a practitioner, let's just say zinc at 2:22. Okay, and same goes with limcomin. Okay, if your sodium potassium ratio is all the way down at like 0.4, I also recommend limcomin at like 2:22. Okay, although I have seen instances where you do like 2:33. I think that's one of the highest ones I've seen. Okay, so going back to that, if the NAK ratio, the lower the NAK ratio, the more limcomin. The higher the NAK ratio, the more zinc. Okay, but don't go above 2:22 on your zinc or 2:22 on your limcomin without working with a practitioner. Okay, so I look for 4 lows. If there's 4 lows, we give more pyramid and a few other things. Okay, so let's say it's slow oxidation. So if there's slow oxidation present and there's no 4 lows, you'd be a slow oxidizer program. Okay, and then I would look at potassium. If potassium is at 4 or lower, what we would do is we would add, instead of 1 megapan in the morning, it'd be megapan at 1:1. Thyroid complex. I think it's just called thyroid complex on the bottle though. It'd be 2:22. Okay? And everything else would be the same. It's because it's a sympathetic dominance, and we give a little different program if potassium's at 4 or lower. If potassium was 5 or higher, we would then give megapan at 2:22. And then we would use endodrin at 1:1. Okay, so this is slow oxidation when there's no 4 lows present. Okay, and then so that would replace the megapan in the morning too. And then as far as zinc or limcomin, it would depend on the NAK ratio. Okay, So if they like we just talked about, right? If the NAK was high, we would give more zinc. If it was low, we would give more limb come in. Okay. And so besides the zinc or limb come in, we would be giving the megapan and endodrin in these dosages if there's no sympathetic dominance at potassium at 5 or higher. But if potassium is 4 or usually 4 or higher, or at 5 or higher, and then 4 or lower is sympathetic dominance, and we would give instead we would lower the megapan dosage and give thyroid complex instead. Okay, although they are relatively similar programs. Okay, so then I would also look. So I would look for 4 lows first. Then I would see are they in fast or slow oxidation, and then I would look at the sodium potassium ratio. So it's really those things that make up like 90% of the test, right? So 4 lows, yes or no, slow oxidation or fast oxidation, and then what is the sodium potassium ratio at? It's basically those 3 things what you need to know if you're setting up a program. Okay. Now there are some variables. Maybe I'll talk about those at the end of the video. Okay. Let's say you're in fast oxidation. Okay. So fast oxidation, anytime sodium and potassium are up here, and then calcium, magnesium are down here, it'd be fast oxidizer program. So if you're in fast oxidation with a high sodium potassium ratio, so a sodium to potassium ratio above 2.5, we would give stress pack. This is another multivitamin from Endomit, and it'd be 111, and that'd be it. Okay, there'd be no megapan, there'd be no thyroid complex, no endodrin, and it would just be that plus your zinc or limb come in. Okay, depending on NAK ratio. Okay, well in this case, stress pack is only given if your NAK ratio is above 2.5 and fast oxidation. Okay, so we would give zinc basically. Okay, because stress pack is fast oxidation plus NAK ratio above 2.5. Okay, so also we would give zinc, right? And we give more zinc the higher it is above 2.5. Okay, and then we're going to give SBF formula again at 111, and that's fast oxidation again, plus NAK ratio below 2.5. So also limb come in. Okay, so if we're in fast oxidation with a high NAK ratio, we give stress back at 111 plus the correct amount of zinc. If we're in fast oxidation with a low sodium to potassium ratio, we give SBF formula at 111 plus the correct dosage of limb come in. Okay? Again, if you're in fast oxidation, no megapan, no glandulars. That means no endodrin and no thyroid complex. Okay? And that's basically it. Okay? So we're going to look if there's 4 lows present. We're going to see if there's slow oxidation, and it will tell you, okay, it'll tell you slow oxidizer or fast oxidizer. It'll also tell you mix, so you might have to, if it's close, and you're not working with a practitioner in general, I wouldn't recommend, I wouldn't recommend taking a lot of, I would stick to a more basic program, basically, okay? But you can calculate also your oxidation rate if you divide, it's the calcium-potassium ratio. Okay, is the main way how we do it. Okay, so if calcium basically is higher than potassium, you're in slow oxidation. If potassium is higher than calcium, then you're in fast oxidation. Okay, and the closer it is, the more mild the oxidation rate. Okay, and sometimes we give a little bit of mixed programs depending on the hair test, but this is just a general summary. Okay, so I think that about does it. Okay, so if there's 4 lows present, bump up paramin to something like 223, add taurine at 111. You can add lysine too, like 101, although it's not as important as the other two, especially pyramid. And then you can also add tarragon to food. Okay. And then you would also give zinc or limcomin, depending on the ratio. Okay, depending on NAK ratio. Okay, this 25 milligrams of zinc is just if you don't have a hair test, you just want to do a basic program. Okay, and it's enough. It's enough where it'll still help you, and if your NAK ratio is low, it won't really hurt you. Okay, and then and then 4 lows gets no megapan. Okay, no megapan or glandulars. Okay, and if you're in fast oxidation and in 4 lows, you still don't get stress back or SPF formula. Okay, there's a specific 4 lows program, which is why I look to see if there's 4 lows present or not. Okay, and then no fast oxidation supplements. Okay. And sometimes, we do give a borderline program. If something's borderline in 4 lows, sometimes we will mix it up a little, and they might get a stress pack at night or something like that. Okay, and then slow oxidation with potassium at 4 or lower is going to be megapan at 111, thyroid complex 222. Okay, everything else the same, and then plus the zinc, or limcomin, depending on that. Again, depending on the NAK ratio. And then we also have slow oxidation potassium at 5 or higher. And that's going to be megapan at 222, endodrin at 111, and then again plus zinc / limcomin, depending on NAK ratio. Okay, so let's go over all of this. Okay. So hope it's not confusing you guys too much, but it gets simple, right? So that you're gonna get zinc or limcomin no matter what, depending on the sodium to potassium ratio. Okay. Then if you're in 4 lows, you're gonna get pyramid at like 223 with everything else the same, and then the only variable will be the zinc or limcomin. Okay. If you're in fast oxidation, okay, with a high NAK ratio, you will get zinc plus stress pack at 111. If it's fast oxidation with a low NAK ratio, you will get limcomin along with SPF formula at 111. Slow oxidation, potassium 4 or lower, megapan 111, thyroid complex 222, plus your zinc or limcomin again, depending on the NAK ratio. Everyone gets zinc or limcomin. And then slow oxidation, 5 or higher, megapan at 222, endodrin at 111, plus zinc or limcomin, depending on NAK ratio. Okay? And then everyone gets kelp at 222, no matter, everyone gets TMG at 222, or 101 for women. Everyone gets GB3, 1 per meal. Everyone gets at least 1 paramin, although in 4 lows we give more paramin. Everyone gets 5,000 units of vitamin D3. Everyone gets 1,000 milligrams of fish oil. Okay? So this is the basic program if you don't have a hair test. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys out. Those are the basic things I would look for. So I would scan this test. I would go 4 lows. Nope, no 4 lows. We're in slow oxidation. Okay, so it's going to be a slow oxidizer program because calcium is out of 4 lows, and it's slow oxidation. We can see down here that's slow oxidation. I would look at potassium. See, it's at 3. That's below 4, so it's be a sympathetic dominance program. I would look at the NAK ratio. It'd be 2.33, so I know I'm going to be on limcomin. So I know that this person would be on this program, slow oxidation, with megapan at 111, thyroid complex 222, and then because the ratio is 2.33, I would give limcomin at 111. Okay, and then I talked about how you would increase those ratios a little bit depending on how skewed the sodium to potassium ratio is. Okay, so that's the main thing I would look for. I also look for a couple other patterns. I would look for a hill pattern. I would look for a bowl pattern. I look at some of the toxic metals. This person's eliminating quite a bit of copper. That's good on a retest, because I know this person has a retest, because it's mine. Okay, this person's also dumping aluminum, which is good. And this person's sodium potassium ratio is higher. And I've made videos on progress test, right? We know that if it's on a retest, your sodium potassium ratio is higher, along with dumping metals, you're forward moving, right? You're moving forward, you're getting healthier. Okay. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you guys out if you have a hair test, you are working with a practitioner. I cannot emphasize enough how much I recommend working with a practitioner. It is by far better, and it will help you guys a lot. Another thing I want to talk about more is I do want to set up a time where I go live every like 5 o'clock on Fridays. I want to go live and just answer any questions and kind of freeform this stuff. I think it would be really cool to do like a healing show, like 5 o'clock Pacific time every Friday, where everyone can call in, and yeah, I think that'd be cool. Anyways, hope that goes out. Hope that helps you guys out, and I will talk to you later. All right, bye.